You know that feeling, right? That feeling of being tired all the time, even when you swear you're doing everything right?
I mean, you know the drill. You got your 7, maybe even 8 hours of sleep. You did everything by the book.
You woke up, the sun's out, and you think, okay, this should be a good day. On paper, everything looks perfect.
But something's just off. There's this massive gap between the hours you spent in bed and the actual energy you have to face the day. And we're not talking about being a little groggy. No, this is a deep, bone-tired exhaustion. It feels like you're moving through molasses.
And this is the most important part. You're not actually sleepy. It's not like you could just fall back asleep. You feel completely and totally drained.
So here's the big idea we're going to unpack. What if that feeling of being tired has almost nothing to do with sleep at all?
Yeah, check this out. Sleepiness, that's just your brain saying, hey, I need a nap. But tiredness, that's a whole different game. That means your body's entire energy system is broken.
So what's breaking it? Well, the first big culprit is something called dopamine fatigue.
Just think of dopamine as your brain's motivation fuel. It's not just about feeling good. It's the very thing that makes you want to get up and do things.
But here's the thing. Our modern world is just constantly bombarding this system. Every scroll, every notification, every cheap, easy reward is a little hit of stimulation.
So when it's time to actually focus on something that matters, like some deep work, your brain is basically just saying, sorry, I'm empty. The tank is dry.
And listen, this isn't you being lazy. This is pure biology. Your dopamine baseline literally gets crushed by all that overstimulation, leaving you with zero fuel for the things that really count.
All right, let's move on to the second major energy drain, decision overload.
We always think it's the big things that exhaust us, but it's not. It's the thousands of tiny micro-decisions. What to wear, what to eat, which email to answer first. All that mental noise adds up.
And here's the crazy part. This has a real physical cost. Your brain is an organ and it literally burns through fuel, glucose, with every single choice you make, no matter how small.
And that's why by noon, your mental battery is already blinking red. You've spent all this energy just deciding things, so there's nothing left for actually doing them.
Now for our third reason, which might be the sneakiest one of all. Let's talk about invisible energy leaks.
Think of these like all the open tabs you have running in the background of your brain's browser. That unresolved argument, that low-level anxiety about a deadline, that task you keep putting off. They're all just sitting there, silently draining your battery.
So what's happening physiologically? Your body is stuck in a chronic low-level state of fight or flight. It's always a little bit on alert, and being in that state 24/7 is just incredibly draining.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. If more sleep isn't the answer, what is? How do we actually fix this broken system? Well, the answer is kind of counterintuitive.
Here it is, the big paradox. Moving less actually gives you less energy. You feel like you're conserving fuel, but what you're really doing is telling the energy factory to shut down production.
See, deep inside your cells, you have these tiny little power plants called mitochondria. They're what make your energy. And guess what they need to work efficiently? Movement. Without it, they get lazy, and production just grinds to a halt.
So the real path to more energy isn't passive, it's active. You've got to tackle those leaks. So 1, reduce the constant stimulation to reset your dopamine. 2, create some mental clarity to cut down on all those decisions. 3, use short bursts of movement to fire up those little energy factories. And 4, just finish a few small tasks to close out those invisible open tabs in your brain.
So the next time you feel exhausted, I want you to stop asking, did I sleep enough? And start asking a much, much better question. What is silently draining my energy? Because the moment you find the leaks, that's when you can finally start to fix them.